What is up, world? Man, welcome back to the Toker's Den. I hope every single one of you out there are having a good one whenever this video is catching you. Man, it's around 2 p.m. on a Monday. We're heavily faded, and we're about to get into some story time. We're about to go ahead and get this pipe loaded up because I need to smoke and get my mind right before I touch this subject, okay? And the reason we're even getting into this subject is because of a subscriber. Actually, someone I met over on a Facebook live stream at the Stoner's World. Shout out to you, bro. You know who you are. So, bro hit me up in Messenger and was like, hey, can you chop it up with me in video chat here on Messenger, man? I'd really like that. I want to show you my new bong. It's like, yeah, bro. I got you, dude, for real, because I'm a man of my word, and that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? So I did it. Got up there, chopped it up with him and his peeps, and we smoked out. We talked. We got into some deep convo, right? Bro told me this, man. He was like, you know what, man? I have reached out to so many YouTubers, and you are the first YouTuber to ever get back with me and chop it up with me like this, and I really appreciate it, and it means so much to me. You know what, bro? That means a lot to me, and that's why I do this, because I want to help brothers and sisters out there who are struggling. Okay? That's why I do this. So, in the midst of that conversation that we had, one of his dearest, closest peeps that he had over there, two of them at that time, also closest and dearest to him, they were chopping it up with us, and I was talking about a story about how I got my brain injury, okay, being beat down by guards when I was 23 in Kentucky. Because I was having a bipolar episode of myself. It almost killed me. And I was talking about that, and she was like, what? You went to prison? Tell me more about it. So that's what we're going to do in this video, yo. We're going to elaborate more on that, why I got locked up when I was 17 years old. This is a heavy subject. This is a deep subject. So, this is like some personal ass shit, and I'm only doing this because I want to help others out there who are struggling, or they may know somebody who may be struggling. Okay, so let's go and get this pipe in, y'all, and we're gonna jump into this conversation piece, y'all. Let's go. So to start this off, I got to start at the beginning a little bit. I was taken away from my mother when I was 2 years old. I can't even talk. I was taken away from my mother when I was 2 years old, man. And she had me when she was 14. So that was that. Got taken away from her. Got thrown straight into foster care. Through temper tantrums, I acted up in foster care, because I wanted to be back home with my mom. I wanted to be back home with my family. I had brothers that were, there at the time when I started getting older and started realizing, I am going back to a group home. I am going back to a foster family, and they're beating me and all of this shit, yo, and I just rather be at fucking home with my family. So I acted out. They thought something was wrong with me. Oh God, he's crazy, he's mentally ill. Let's put him in mental institutions. Let's put him out of these places, for mentally ill kids and stuff like that. So majority of my youth, I spent it in and out of foster care, group homes, and mental institutions. Okay, like I was passed around so freaking much. I went through at least 10 foster homes before I was 10 years old. I went through like so many group homes, boys homes, shit like that for children who were mentally ill. Maybe 8 before I was fucking 11. And mental institutions, mental hospitals for kids and stuff like that, man. Psych wards, psych floors, having to go to the hospital, that type shit, man. I lost track of how many times I had to go through that, man. So that was my life growing up, yo. That was my life. I went through all of that shit. The abuse, having to go through being on meds and all that shit, having to go to therapy. So eventually I landed in a group home system called the William Group Home System. And in this system, they have a 3-tier group home phase. Okay, in the first phase, it's just boys from ages 8 until you're like, 12, I think, 12 or 13, okay, and that's it. It's called Bridgecrest. Meadowbrook is the middle one, okay. It's all girls there, ages 8 until 18 or 17, because when you're 18, you're already aged out, so there ain't none of that. You're not there when you're 18, you're gone. They already tell you that right away, man. when you get there. We have group meetings, and they told us all the time, y'all, majority of y'all here sitting in these meetings, and there was like 40 or 50 of us kids there, dude, because all the group homes had to come together for this big meeting, and it was at different group homes, and it had people coming out from like Rikers Island and all these fucking places like that to talk to us and shit like that from jails and prisons. And they always told us, man, they said, most of y'all sitting here today on your 18th birthday, you're either going to do something good with your life, or many of y'all are going to end up in prison, in jail, or dead. You know, and that wasn't my whole mentality, because I'd taken ROTC every semester all the way up until my first semester of my senior year, which is when I got locked up when I was 17. Okay, so I wasn't into that. I grew up right outside Fort Bragg, man. I could hear the motherfucking Marines when they came in and did the bombing and shit. You could feel it. So I was gung ho to go into the military. I passed the ASVAB with flying colors. I was going out to the base in Fort Bragg, because I was going out there with a recruiter. He would take me out there, yo. I'd go hang out with a recruiter after school for a couple of hours, chop it up with him, you know, help him do paperwork, help him clean up and shit like that. He'd hook me up. We'd go out to eat and shit, like, you know, he'd get me clothes and stuff like that, yo, because Jinkos were popular back then. And I remember this guy giving me Jinkos, and he felt sorry for me for the shit that I was going through in the group home. So he took me like under his wing and whatnot. So, yeah, I wasn't on that. But, yeah, so whenever you got to the second tier, it was boys ages 13 to 15 and just all girls. Okay, and then the last one was Timberwood, which was just boys ages 16 and 17. And then once you got out there, you aged out, like, you know, so it was like wherever you went, man, you went, and that was it. If you didn't have anything, you were fucked. You were gone. They kicked you out. That was it. You were 18, you were gone, dude, unless you went to motherfucking Job Corps or some shit like that. It was a motherfucking rap, dude. Like, for real, for real. It was a rap. So, I ended up in the last group home, Timberwood. I was abused in all three of the group homes. All of us were, y'all. We go to school every day, man. Tell our guidance counselors, we got rug burns all on our face. We're beaten. I mean, one guy, y'all, his whole the whites around his eye were bloodshot red, like blood red, dude, from getting hit by a grown ass man my age, dude. I'm 38, about to be 39 in February, first week of February, dog. I'm gonna be 39. So this dude was my age, beating kids who were 14, 15, 16, 17 years old, man. And that didn't just happen in Timberwood. That happened in every fucking group home. They were supposed to be restraining us therapeutically, but instead they were slamming our faces in the ground, putting their knees in our necks, like some fucking fucked up shit, dude. It was messed up. And we going to school all beaten up. Our peers, our classmates are looking at us. We're getting picked on because we're having to ride the short bus, because that's the bus you had to ride in the group home. So you had to ride the short bus with the kids that had that were developmentally disabled and all that, man, which is really fucking sad in itself. You know what I mean? Seeing that on the bus, that's a whole nother story. Seeing kids like that and how we got picked on. Like, for real, though. We got bullied on. Everybody would see us hopping off the bus, because where the normal kids got off the buses, with their normal loan buses, it was like right beside the little area where they let us off on the short bus. And all those group home kids and all the kids in the wheelchairs had to get off on the same spot, and they all picked at us and laughed at us. You know, and it was pretty fucked up. So aside from the abuse that I was getting every time I went back to the group home, you know, I was getting abused at school fucking emotionally from my fucking peers. So I'd had it, dude. I'd had it. I fucking conspired with my roommate from a show that I saw on MacGyver. I saw MacGyver where he wired up the brake light to the gas tank and it blew the bad guys up. I saw that and I was like, man, fuck this. I'm gonna blow these motherfuckers up. I'm tired of the abuse. I'm tired of no one listening to us. They're thinking we're doing it to ourselves because we got kids up in the group home who have autism, and kids with autism beat themselves. And the people would say that we were doing it to ourselves because kids like Archie and kids like Matthew and kids like Isaac were hitting on themselves. So, you know, we were doing it ourselves too. And no, they were beating us. They were beating us. They were beating us. You were supposed to be taking care of us, dude, but you beat us. So I was done. I saw MacGyver where he wired up the brake light to the gas tank. I was all in the speaker wires and speakers at that shit, man, and hooking up radios, being an audio file. So I motherfucking took some speaker wire, motherfucking ran out to the van. Okay, sorry I'm using profanity, y'all, but I'm getting ready. I ran out, let me smoke. I ran out to the van, yo. And I took the plate off the van, took the plate off of it from the back light, because I knew that the 2 staff members that were taking me to my therapist appointment that Monday morning were the 2 who were abusing us. Okay, and I knew I was the only one that they were coming to pick up. So what I did was I took out the brake light. I wired, took out the bulb. I put speaker wire behind the bulb, put the bulb back in, put the brake light cover back on, and I wired that into the gas tank. Well, that morning, dude, that Monday morning when they were coming to pick me up to take me to my therapist appointment, which I also thought they were coming to pick me up to take me to Belk to get me a trench coat, because it was the whole, it was like 1999, man. We just had that, and I'm not proud of this, but we just had the whole Columbine thing, man. And me being bullied on and picked on in school, I felt with them, you know, that whole shit. And I was like mad and everything, dude. So I was like, man, fuck this. I'm repping the trench coat mafia type shit. So I was ready to go get me a trench coat and ride back to school right after that whole Columbine shit and just rep the trench coat mafia. Because, you know, I don't know what I was thinking, dude. I was on all kinds of medication at that time. They had me on Prozac. They had me on Siler. They had me on fucking haloperidol or some shit like that, man. They had me on all kinds of pills. You know what I mean? And beating us. So I was sick. I was sick as fuck. And no one in school gave a shit. No one cared what the motherfucker was going through. You know, they didn't give a shit. And I can understand because you're kids. But still, man, even as a kid, yo, where's your heart? You should reach out to your homies in school. You should reach out to the motherfucker who's over there all sad and shit, man. It's all lonely and shit, yo. Motherfuckers ain't talking to it. It's all getting bullied on. Once you step in and motherfucking stop the bully. Once you step in and see what the fuck's going on in this person's life, yo. And also check on the person who's doing the bullying. Because 9 times out of 10, if you're doing the bullying, you're being bullied at home. Mom, dad, somebody's fucking beating you, and you're bringing that shit to school. I know that for a fact because I saw that shit in the group home with the peers I was with in there. So let's get back to this, y'all. I saw it. I couldn't take it no more. I was done. So I wired it up. They came and picked me up from school. Thought they were taking the motherfucking therapy in the belt to get that trench coat. Nope. Took me to the sheriff's department at the courthouse. Ended up charging me with 2 counts of attempted murder, 1 count of a conspiracy to attempted murder, and 1 count of manufacturing and assembling a weapon of mass destruction. Supposedly because whenever they went to go get gas, that it could have blown up, and it was by a school where they were coming to get me at the high school. So it could have blown up, and, you know, it would have affected everybody at the store. So they were really trying to hit me with attempted murder of everybody at the fucking store that day and everybody in the radius of where it would have blown up. They did all that. But eventually they got it dropped down to attempted assault with a deadly weapon with the intent to inflict serious injury, and still the conspiracy to all of that. I ended up getting probation, but because I couldn't do the 3 years probation because I didn't have nowhere to go, because I didn't have a mom, I didn't have a family. I was in group homes all my life, raised by the system. They revoked my probation, and I went to prison, which started me off to a whole fucking youth of recidivism all the way up until I was 28. I went to prison 3 times. I went to jail fucking so many times I lost count. Mental institutions, hospitals, homelessness, all that in between there. So when you see the life that I have now, where I'm staying in this freaking $700,000 home, driving a freaking $65,000 Range Rover, man, it wasn't always like that for me. It wasn't always like that for me. I tried to kill myself a long time ago. I've tried to kill myself so many fucking times, yo, because I just had it with life. Because I didn't feel like I was worthy of love. I didn't feel like I was worthy of anything, because why would I be worthy of love if I have a mother who didn't even fucking want me? A mom who didn't even give a shit about me, yo, who basically told me she disowned me, who is now my mom is on motherfucking, like, my mom's on fucking trial for murder. Like, for real. She killed her goddamn husband. Not my dad, because I've never met him. And not my brother's dad. No, he got out of that and got away from her, luckily, when he started seeing that she was fucking showing signs and symptoms of fucking psychosis and shit, dude. She started drinking. So, let me tell you something, yo. I'm speaking some true shit. This is my testimony, yo. I hope this helps you. Being foster care ain't no joke, man. You got some good parents out there who really want to help. Only one I had like that was, I only want to say their names, yo, but, you know, Miss VMM. I'm going to say that. V&M, that's it. They were wonderful. He was a cop and she was a school teacher. And they were the fucking best ones I ever had, dude. You know? And it's messed up, Mom, that you told me that I need to accept responsibility for throwing a temper tantrum whenever you tried to come get me from when I was staying with them. Listen, I didn't want to go back to you because you were beating me. V&M treated me good. V&M act like they fucking loved me. They weren't beating me. They weren't making me eat cigarettes. They weren't fucking hitting me with switches and beating me until I bled, mama. You understand? So how are you going to tell me that I need to accept responsibility of my actions as a kid? No. And then you're going to disown me because I freaking, brought it up. And you're saying, man, whatever. I ain't even going there, y'all. I'm not even going there, peeps. I'm done. I'm done. I love every single one of y'all. I'm irritated right now. Now I'm just like, man, unless you've actually fucking dealt with this shit, man, a lot of people haven't, because a lot of people out there were raised with mom and dad, a two-parent fucking household, or even a parent who loved them, or grandma, or cousin, or auntie. You had someone who took care of you. But not everybody out there had to go through the fucking system of being passed around, taken away from your mom and thrown straight in the goddamn system, bro. Like literally being thrown from place to place to place to place, not feeling like you're loved. And then when you try to go to a place where your peers are there and you want to find some kind of camaraderie, some motherfucking cohort, or some motherfucker who's going to try to be your friend and love you through the motherfucking bullshit that you're going through and talk to you. No, you get bullied on. You get picked on because you're different. And you wonder why motherfuckers kill themselves every fucking day. Because people are so self-centered, self-seeking. They have no empathy. They have no love for anyone else except for themselves. And it's messed up. And that's the problem with the world today. Man, I hope y'all like this video. Any point you like anything that I said, make sure you get down in that comment section and let me know. I love every single one of y'all, man. If you want to hit me up, hit me up. Dead ass. I hope y'all have a good one. I hope I wasn't too loud in this and my microphone wasn't too loud. Hopefully I'll be able to turn it down in editing. Much love, y'all. Let's take another hit before we get up out of here, all right? Let's go. Let's get this in. Cheers. Actually, I think I got, nope. Do I have this silicone? I mean, we got this loaded up. Cheers. Much love, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Yeah. Stay lit, there, peeps. Love yourselves. Love one another. You're worthy, y'all. Ooh-wee. We out.